Okay, hey, hello, community. It's Paul Rayburn here. Welcome back. So last week I posted a video um, showing sort of a open source shared repo that I created. So this is an update to that, sir. So you can add this link to here because this talks to you about how to get started with the shortcuts custom, I've just called it. And I've just added in a really cool feature. So let me just share that with you. So I've updated it here in that same repo, and it's a speech to text add-in. So I'd already added in speech to text into some of the other functions, um, but I've been using sort of a commercial version Whisper, and this is all for Windows 11. So if you're Mac, you're on your own. You guys have got lots of options. So, but seems the Windows tools are a little lagging sometimes when in new development. So, but Whisper, WISPR, I'd been using, and I heard it was quite good, but it was constantly failing on me. Like it would freeze up, just not when it worked great. It had really good speech and language corrections, so it would clean things up. It was pretty good at creating custom words that would say where I'm saying something like well, I don't have it here, but anyways, if I said something like the C-val R, it would say SEA, it would spell it out, or but you can customize that. So I added in all those basic features into this the speech to text here, and it does use now because the other app was fully other than the other portion that I actually didn't share yet. That was the MLS Notes add-on, which once I get that cleaned up a little bit better, I'll share that. And again, this is all just to try and help you guys, our community, anyone else, but to help get more efficient. So if you are interested in contributing, and if that can be like a feedback loop, where we're increasing efficiency and helping you do more work. For your appraisal work, if this is generally, I'm sharing this primarily with my appraisal community, George Dell's community asset analysts to be more specific. But again, this is open source repo. It's not private. I put an MIT license on it, which is basically the least restrictive of most licenses. So you can read more about that here. You can read about code of conduct for contributing, how to contribute, license, the README, which is basically starts down here. So you can read about it here. It uses the OpenAI web API, I guess they're called here. So that's this OpenAI developer section here, speech to text. So I'll have a link. There's a link to that in here, in the README right there. That's the link to that right there. So you're going to want to first, probably check out the video where I show you basically how to install it, how to use Claude Code to, get it running on your machine if you are needing some assistance to do that, if you want to make some customizations, etc. So get started with that one, and then come watch this one again, or watch it once and then watch it twice. I'm gonna try and keep it short here. So I'm gonna come over here, and for mine, I'm just gonna delete this here. So I have it set up to launch with caps lock, comma. That pops it up. Now you don't actually have to launch it like that. You can actually just, I have the shift cap locks M, and now I am recording. Okay, so here I'm going to record this note here. I'm going to talk about, and also some custom words like the CAA data bridge and the C-val R. So let's just see how it deciphers those. Now I can caps lock N. That's just going to paste exactly what what it determined. It's its initial interpretation without any additional AI. But if I want to I've got a couple options here. So I could just redo Whisper, right? So now it will pop it up and redo it, and you see how it properly labeled these things. That's built into memory. Now, if I wanted to paste that, it's just Shift caps lock N, and it'll paste that in there. Okay. So then, now I've got some. If you want to go direct to the Whisper, which is the OpenAI API, you can do that. You can just click on that. So everything in here is basically set to use shortcuts commands, but sometimes it's just a little more reliable because of timing delays and stuff like that, like millisecond delays that are sort of built in to help it finish doing what it's doing. And if the user's slightly out of sync, sometimes those get a little glitchy, which is probably what was happening with the other Whisper WISPR. But anyways, okay, so you can also use the AI clean. So let me just start a new sentence here. Okay, so here I am just testing out this app, and we're going to try again the custom words like C, val, R, and the CAA data bridge, and see what it does with my language. So I'm going to stop that, caps lock Shift M, so that stopped the recording, and then I'm going to just use the AI cleanup, and it'll do its job as well. So they're just slightly different version. So this is direct. Now this stores an audio clip on your computer locally, and then when you hit that reloads that last audio clip. So if things didn't work, if it botched or whatever, or maybe you accidentally closed it or whatever, when you come back here again, you can hit the Whisper redo and it'll reload that same audio clip, not the actual interpreted text. So I could accept that, paste that in there. Now, so here's your settings. So you got to bring in your own API. This is a BYOK, bring your own key setup. And here you can customize it to fix things. So if it was, sorry, let me just go back one step here. Cancel out of that. So you might say it messed something like, let's just type something in here and see. Or maybe I use language like kind of like, and I could go in there, I could highlight that, and sorry, I can highlight that, and then I could click teach, and it'll highlight that. Actually, well, and so if you had those custom words, you would put that in here. But sorry, this is the wrong place for what I was trying to show. I could add that to. Okay, now I'm going to copy that, and I'm going to go to the settings, and then I'm going to go to the language. Yeah, it's going to go here in these filter keywords. So I'm actually just playing around with the settings of this. It says initially to comma separate it, but I think it'd be better line separate, especially when quite often the phrases might automatically put commas in as it's correcting the language. So I'm going to try and see if I can get it to just be next line kind of thing. So then I'll paste that in there, and I would get it to just remove those, not use those language. Oops. Okay. Pause for a second. Right. Sorry. I mean, I just built this thing yesterday and did some more tweaking today. So yeah, then this list is just words to be removed. So it'll just remove those ums and ahs and pauses from your language. I guess you have to be careful with that too, though. You don't want it to remove words like itself. That might cause you some problems going forward. So, but just common phrases, if you're apt to, like I am, use the ums and what I mean, and let's see here, things like that the text would be a bit cleaner without it. So I just add that. I just say, actually just leave that in the list, and I just save that. So now it's going to go on the list. So let's try it again. Okay, so here I'm going to test this out again. I'm going to see if it'll still picking up the proper terminology for cval_r and CA data bridge, and also to see if it's going to kind of like fix some of these things that I, bad language or grammar issues in my speech. So, okay, so I just used the AI cleanup on that one, and so you can see that it did get rid of my ums and ahs and all that kind of stuff, and it did get rid of that kind of like that I added in here. It was where the heck was it? Oh, kind of like right there. And so it just the AI cleanup is a true, like it's rewriting it for you. So yeah, it got rid of that as well. So anyways, so you can play around with that. Again, there's the different things. You've got the words to remove, and then you've got custom terms that you could add to get it to clean up and specifically give exact non-typical words. Yeah, so you play around with that, and let me know what you think. And any questions or issues? Yeah, I did want to show. I did go I did use Claude Chrome to just go over the repository, and let me just show you that here. Just one sec. Is this a safe application? Is it secure? Sorry, I'm having a hard time multitasking here. Is this a safe application? Is it secure to use? Okay, so if you don't have Claude and Chrome, I mean, you go about that another way, but I just find this helpful for this type of thing. So if you want to learn about it a little bit more, it'll give you an overview about the security and things to be worried about. So you could research this a little bit more. There is the potential that you do have to be careful if you accept edits to the code. So the repo is set up as so it requires a pull request review. So that would generally be me, unless somebody else comes on board and wants to help take that on as a trusted contributor that can accept pull requests. So I'm not going to accept any pull request if I haven't 100% searched it out. But of course, you can always just take it and download it. I mean, you could just literally download this. You don't need to have a GitHub account. You just come to this website, and click on the code and download the zip, and then you'll have that file. And I do recommend Claude Code, command line, or Codex if you prefer OpenAI. I did quite a bit of experimenting with the two this past week. Now that Codex is easily installed with PowerShell, if you already have an OpenAI account like Claude Code ChatGPT going on your system. I mean, it was one of the simplest installs I've ever done. It was literally 3 clicks. I didn't have to do any login or anything. It seemed too simple, frankly. But anyways, you can get Codex going, and it was really good for some things. It's still like far more expensive. The API is very expensive, but it also chewed through my I have a team account, so I have 2 accounts, and chewed through one of them pretty quickly. Where Claude Code was, I had a hard time even putting a dent in my usage, and I was testing basically building the same application. So anyway, I do recommend Claude Code for this if that's how you, if you're interested in that. I've got some videos. You can look through my videos there, or you can reach out to me if you want me to give you a little more specific directions. I'm happy to help, but I've also provided lots of content, videos, and whatnot that can help you implement some of these tools. So I hope you find it helpful. I'd really appreciate any feedback, testing, ideas. If you get some ideas that you'd like to see we could build in, you don't necessarily have to do it by contribution. If you have it, you want to reach out to me directly and see if I can add it in, I'd be happy to take a shot at it. Anyways, okay, so again, thanks very much. Thanks to all the community of asset analyst members, George Dell, of course, John Bruce, and some of the other key committers who are adding to this. So anyways, I look forward to seeing everybody just about 2 months from now in person in Texas. All right, have a great day. Take care.